Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to start with an example where we will create one simplest, or you can say that static example in order to use the resolver. We all know that resolver is something that provides the data before the actual component loads. So here we will try to replicate that. We will try to understand that concept by practically creating an example. Okay, so by the end of this session, you will be able to understand how to pass data from resolver to a component before it loads. But before we proceed all with this, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being, we are just mainly focusing on how to create a resolver in order to send the basic data to a component. Okay, and for the sequential content, you can refer the Sharmit digital course book, which is freely available in the description box. From there you can take a reference and you can find out more than 3000 plus free resources available in both Hindi and English language. So from there you will learn about not only about the Angular but other technologies as well. Okay, all right, so let's get started. Here you can see we have main heading that shows Angular 19 course by Sharmit. After that we will put the second heading, which will tell today's topic name, and today's topic name is maybe you can write example for, or maybe we can write simple example for data resolver and Angular. Okay, so this is the thing. Now to implement or to demonstrate this concept, we need few components. At maybe one component is enough, and few files that we are going to create now. So let's go one by one. First thing you can see here, I have already created one component, that is about component. So in case if you don't know how to create component, you have to just simply run one simple command, that is ng for Angular, g generate, c component, and then the name of the component. Okay, so you can see it is the command that like in my case it is already created, that's why I'm not re-executing this command. But in case if you want to create and there is no component in your application, so you can create with this command. Okay, so it will add this folder in your application with these 4 files. So I kept almost everything default. I just changed one thing, like in HTML file, instead of paragraph I made it as about page as a heading. That's the only change. Rest all things are the same. So first thing is clear, like we got the component which we will be using. Now the second thing is resolver file. So to pass the data from resolver to component, we need a resolver file. So let's create the resolver. So for that you can run this command, which is ng. For that, I'm sure like you know how to open terminal. So there is a terminal. You can click on this and it will open this thing for you. Then you can write here ng and g for generate, ng for Angular, g generate, and resolver is r, and then the name of the folder. So I want to create it in a folder my resolvers, then / and then the resolver name. So in my case I want to give it a name as a about one, or maybe abt. Okay, I will just give it as name abt, because about is component name, so let's keep it different. Although you can create with same name also, but let's keep it different so that you can easily identify. So this is a abt and press enter. After that you will see that one new folder is added here, that is my resolvers. If you expand it, you will find that abt.resolver.spec is there, which is a testing file which we are not going to touch. And the second is abt.resolver.ts, which is the main file where we will write the entire logic. Okay, all right. Now the first thing that you need to change here in this default data is the type, because from here I want to pass the data, right? So in that case I will make it as any instead of boolean, because if you want to return only true false, then in that case you can use boolean, but here I want to pass a data, that's why I change it to any. Okay, after that, first thing that we are going to do here is console. So what I'll do now, I will write here console.log, and from here I will just show this message that resolver executed, resolver executed before about component loads. Okay, resolver executed before about component load. तो ये just एक this is just a message that we have printed. Now the next thing is we will define here one data. So just simply write here const data equal curly braces open close, where we will define name. In name I will write let's say text Sharmit. Okay, then we will give it as a course. In course I will write Angular 19, then a comma, and then we will define here topic. So this is just a sample data that we need. So here I can write route resolver example. So this is just a data which we are using for a reference. Fine. Now from here we will return this data, right? So here we will just simply write return data. Perfect. So this code is ready. This file is ready. What we are doing here, we have created this data and we are returning the data from here, and also we are consoling one message that is resolver executed before about component loads. Now the second thing is we will attach this with the route. So for that you can go to app.route.ts file, just expand this array, and here you can use this curly braces. Okay, and one by one we will define all the things like path. In path I will write about. Okay, then a comma, then we will write here component. In component we will write here about component. Okay, then a comma again, then we will write here resolve, and in case of resolve so this is the resolve which we this I'm sure like this is something that we are discussing first time, like how to add attach the resolve, right? So just add resolve colon, then expand it, and here you can write about data. So now what is this about data? This is just a alias thing. Okay, so about data, and here I will attach my about resolver. Okay, so this alias name, and then we are using this abt. So basically what we are doing, we are attaching the resolver here. Perfect. Now the next thing is to use this. Now we have shared the data from this. Now where we want to use it? We want to use it in a about.component.ts file or HTML file, right? So let's go to about.component.ts file. Make sure to define it in the same, otherwise like most of the time we define here in app component, but this is something that we attach to about component. That's why I'm here in about.component.ts. Here like we can define few things. I'll show you one by one. First thing is define one variable with name about info. Okay, and the type would be any itself. Okay, after that we will define the constructor. In constructor we will write private route, and then we will write here activate route. Make sure that it is imported here, otherwise it won't work. Then opening closing curly braces, because this is a constructor. Then we will define here ng on init method. Okay, curly braces, and inside this I will show this dot about info equal this dot route dot snapshot dot data, and then square bracket, then we will write here about data, which is just a alias name that we defined, right? And then you can put a semicolon here, and we will simply print one message console.log data received. Okay, data received. RECEIVD from resolver. Perfect. This thing is ready. Now you can save it. Now it's time to use this information, because we have captured everything here. Now it's time to just print it. So for that we will go to about.html. Here in this we will print about page is already there, so we will just use one paragraph tag. Inside this you can write name colon curly braces, and here I will write about info dot name. Okay, simply copy this thing 3 times so that we can print the other thing. Another one is course. Here also I will write course, and here we will write topic, and here also we'll make it as topic. Okay, so what do you think? Will it work now? Not yet. Why? Because we have not added the button in the main file, right? Because we want to use it in an app component. So for that, let's go to app.component.ts. Here in import section, just simply write router link and router outlet. Okay, now you can go to app.component.html. Here you can create one button, and this button here you can write go to about. Okay, and then in button we will write here router link equal / about. Okay, and then you can put here router outlet. So basically what we are doing here, we are just providing a button which will help us to go to about component, right? Because that is the route where we have applied all these things. Now let's see how it works. So ng serve -- open, enter. Just wait for a few seconds, it will check the code, execute it. Okay, so we can see we have got this information: Angular 19 course by Sharmit, simple example for data resolver in Angular, and we have one button. When I click on this button, you can see it calls about page, name is also populated, course is populated, and topic is also populated. So basically this data is let me show you. Click on inspect, click on console. So you can see it shows Angular is running in the development, resolver executed before component loads, data received from resolver, and when I click on this button, you can see data received from resolver, and we can also see the same over the output screen. So this is how you can create a resolver which sends the data to a component before it loads. I hope this session is clear to all of you. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Sharmit.